Testing, testing, testing. Get ready. Am I online? Yeah. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Get ready. Am I online? Hello. Yeah. Testing, testing. A treatise on Kosovo and its future. Hello, we got a viewer. That's probably me. How's the stream look? Like AIDS? Let's see. Oh, it looks fine. It's probably just me that did that. That's watching this. Huh. There we go. Okay, we're going to give it another minute and then we're going to get started on talking of Kosovo. How are y'all doing today? If there are any of you out there watching this, if not, that's fine. The purpose of this video is to do two things. One, to do a treatise on Kosovo, and I will be doing a whole historical rundown of the nation. It'll probably be in two parts because I do have to leave soon, but I do want to cover the first 20 minutes on it. As you see above there is a sort of a slideshow presentation of Kosovo, its history, politics, and whatnot, and the future of it. And I'm doing this sort of as an initial thoughts, as I will be going to Kosovo, Macedonia, Albania, Montenegro in August. And so this will be, and I will be writing a sort of a mini book on Kosovo, which I will be calling it literally a treatise on Kosovo and its future. As part of a school independent study, a fourth year level course that I've elected to do. If there's nothing else, a minute has already passed, we will get started right away. So the first thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to highlight the history of Kosovo and try to go over a generalization of its history. And then I will also remark that this portion is probably the least important section of the whole segment, because in all honesty, history is it doesn't really fucking matter, in my opinion, really. But I suppose it's interesting to take a look at. So let us get started. Before I do this, I want to play some music just in the background to what do we got here that I would like. Please excuse this portion here. I'm just trying to find something. There we go. I hope that's not too bearing. Let's see. I just want it nice and light. I hope that's okay. I think that's fair. And you can crank it up. Okay, now we have background music. And I hardly want to hear it too. Okay, so the history of Kosovo is very interesting. The main thesis of where the Albanians originally came from is this land called Illyria. Illyria was sort of a confederation, if you will, of various tribes in BC, located around the Adriatic Sea. And it's basically, if I can point my cursor around something like this. Picture it almost like a Yugoslavia plus Albania, and that's generally its borders. The Albanian tribes have been very mixed. The tribes within Illyria have been, there's all these different ones. There's the Dardanian tribe, and then there's this sort of Dalmatian tribe and whatnot. Excuse me, as I will try to block notifications from Facebook here. Thank you. Okay. So yeah. So I mean, the issue with Illyrian stuff is that unfortunately there isn't that much to be said about it. Writing was still in its more primitive phase here, and not much is known about the Illyrian peoples. There has been another theory that Albanians have been descended upon from the original Greeks, so Paleo-Greeks. However, this theory is not that well supportive and has since been sort of dropped. And there's this idea that Albanians could be Thracians, but there is some evidence there, but it's not too relevant. Eventually, the Roman Empire had formed, and it started its invasions in Illyrian lands and conquered, within 2 or 3 wars, the entirety of the Balkans. Moving on. So we move on a couple of, 100 years and whatever, and we find that the ancient Balkans are sort of split up into these general, I suppose, provinces. You got the Dardanian one, Moesia Superior, Dalmatia, Panoia Secunda, Panoia Savia, and whatnot, and you can see that right there. Very interesting. Again, it's kind of odd that there isn't that much being written about in this period, and you'll find that as a common theme in the Balkans that not much history is recorded, and it's kind of odd to hear that and to see that. I'm just checking in case anybody's posted anything like that. Moving on. After the Roman Empire, and a couple of hundred years later, there was the Slavic settlements. So the Slavic settlements came in from Russia into the Balkans, and began settling around the Balkan Peninsula and around that Illyrian region. And so you had empires like the Bulgarian Empire, the Serbian Empire, and etc. sort of forming up here. The reason why I bring up the Battle of Kosovo in 1389 is this is a source that the Serbians have used time and time again, even to this day, of why Kosovo should be claimed to be part of Serbia. And so basically what it is, it's kind of it's bullshit, because this battle is over 700 years old. So I mean, the claim of sovereignty for something as old as this, I mean, North and South America didn't exist with the nations it currently has today. United States is not even a thing. So these claims here, they're fucking bullshit. But anyway, so apparently there was this battle. Some prince named Lazar commanded a bunch of troops and fought against the Ottomans. Apparently they fought bravely and died. Whoop-de-doo. And Kosovo was apparently part of the Serbian Empire at this point. And then they lost. So I don't know why this is a main thing about like Serbian pride. I mean, if you look back, at one point Serbia actually allied with the Ottomans in its quest to invade into Greece and other stuff. So really, these claims are kind of super weak. Okay, random tab. So I have to mention at that point too. It's quite odd that so this is where history starts to diverge. Some people have said, okay, with the Slavic settlements, Kosovo had become Serbianized, and there is evidence of that. The fact that there was a lot of Serbian names recorded in 1453 after the Ottomans took Kosovo is there, but even then the idea of names don't really mean that much. I mean, there's a lot of you have to think about it. Back in the medieval ages, because of intermarriage and all this stuff, names can commonly get flipped from one to another, and these sort of it's almost sort of trivial to put modern day nationalistic claims like, oh, it was Serbian, when really that kind of stuff didn't really happen. It just, people spoke whatever language the king spoke, and so That's kind of that. So, and there's evidence of a small amount, even if we accept the Serbian claims, there was evidence of a small amount of Albanians in Kosovo, but blah blah blah. And this is when it comes all up in the air. And honestly, I'm really not interested. Um, because it's so fucking long ago that you know, we're all mutts in a sense. We're all like 32nd cousins if we believe in the Darwinist idea of, you know, black people sort of immigrating northward into Europe and all this stuff. So, but anyway, yeah, thank you, Dardania. I'm going through this. It's slowly but slowly. Yes. I know, I know. But thank you for sticking around, and I hope you enjoy the content. So whatever. I mean, fuck that kind of period of history. This is when things start getting relevant. Um, so hundreds of years have passed. The Ottomans have sort of retained its fortification in the Balkans, and then we get around to the 1800s, the rise of nationalism. There was several events like, oh, the Habsburgs took Kosovo briefly for like a couple weeks or months, and then the Turks took it back. What they fucking do? Nobody cares. Okay, so the Albanian national movement. So during the decline of empire in the 1800s, came a bunch of different factions within the Balkans. Clearly, the Ottoman Empire was very ethnically diverse, especially in the Balkans, and including Arabia and the Levant and etc. So various organizations throughout were being spread out across its empire. One of them, in the first national movement, dubbed the Albanian National Movement, actually took place in Kosovo in 1878, called the Liga Prizren. And the national movement sought for a united Albania based off of its diaspora, which then included an ethnic map, something resembling that. So if you can see my cursor there, you kind of see a little mix, something looking like that. And it kind of looked like something like that. And those were its borders at the time. So yeah, so that was a major event because that was the first time Albania had its first concept of national identity, and it's sort of, you know, it's the first movement, a national movement for them, and it's very interesting to hear that you know, that it started in Kosovo. Of course, to mention to this too is to try to curb that the Turks created the Vilayet Kosovas, which looked like that. Great. I don't know. That's just, I guess that's interesting. Yeah. So Liga Prizren, as I talked about earlier, blah blah blah. That's what they, the sort of the peoples in Albania sort of kind of proposed for. Blah blah blah. You know, it like I am interested in this stuff, but only minorly. You know, this is over 100 years old. I'm not even 20 yet, so you know. And hold on a second here. It'll basically, there's this GIF here that I have um, to sort of represent the history of the Balkans here. Um, just because I wanted to save time. Alright, let's get started. 1800 French Empire, Napoleon comes in, blah blah blah. Little empire there, he fucks up, he falls. Serbia declares independent, Greece declares independent, Ottoman sits on their ass, becomes more decadent, blah blah blah. Islands flip over from the UK, Austro-Hungarian Empire is formed, blah blah blah. The landscape partition, Albania wants united Albania. The Russians were like, fuck you, fuck. And then the Italians come in, they make a greater Albania. World War II ends, then everything's like, let's get back to normal. Yugoslav wars happens, Bosnia and Croatia gets in a big mess. Montenegro gets in a big mess. Macedonia declares independence. Kosovo declares independence. Serbia's like, fuck that. Kosovo's like, fuck you, NATO steps in, blah, and it becomes an independent republic. Was that interesting to you? That was great. I'm glad. So let's just get to the nitty gritty of this. Is it possible to make the quality better? Is it possible for you to suck my dick? No. Why? It looks fine. Fuck you. It looks great. I like it. I think it looks fine. I think you're just paranoid. It looks fine. Fuck you. It looks great. I had the video, 144. Yeah, don't put it at 144. Thank you very much, Dardania Sakra. Thank you very much. Please use your head next time. Alright. I love you. Please don't leave. So, let's get to the nitty gritty of this, because I'm getting sick and tired of this shit. Look, you live in the Balkans, the only thing you care about is borders, okay? So these are the fucking borders, okay? This is the ethnic map of Kosovo. The fucking the gay orange is Albanian, I guess. I don't know why it's orange. So pretty much Albania is majority, or Kosovo is majority Albanian. With a couple of Serbian and Gorjani and Gypsy and Bosnian enclaves here and there. So you see around there, this is where a lot of the Majubs and the Serbs live around here. But as you can see, they're fucking isolated, so too bad for them. They can suck a dick. And the only big problem, which we have, is up here. Now this is northern Mitrovica. Mitrovica is majority Serb. And we don't have numbers. The government doesn't have any statistics on these people. I have read something around their statistics, and I will cover them more. I love you. Thank you, Dardania. I love you back. I love you back. So yeah, so just and I'll come back to this for reference in a little bit. So let's talk about the politics of Kosovo, because the government of Kosovo, essentially how it works, as far as I understand, is a multi-party parliamentary representative democratic republic. Some people will bitch me out for using Wikipedia, to which I say, fuck you. Wikipedia is fine for a general understanding of the stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to cite Wikipedia in my book, which I will be publishing, and I will put it on a PDF for all of you faggots to read. But yeah, so don't bitch me out. Basically, as far as I understand, is it works pretty well like Canada does, with a legislative branch being like the House of Commons, or like, I don't know, the Assembly of Kosovo, and the executive being the Prime Minister, and its, its Minister of Finance and whatnot, with the head being the President. Yes? Fuck's sake. Okay. Yumi Famuri is Georgi Fishtat, and put it as background music and click video with the old pictures, you'll love it. Why can't I send links? I don't know, dude. So boys, unfortunately, I have some bad news to say, which is that I have to go. But I'll leave it at this, and I'm sorry, Dardania Satra. You can, in the morning, you'll see the second version of this video. Thanks very much. I warned you. Let me just remind you. I did warn you. So, hope you guys enjoyed this part 1. And I'll see you guys in the next when I come back. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye.